What's up everyone? If you're into color grading, you've probably heard of Dehancer before. Recently, the team at Dehancer reached out and kindly provided me with a license to test it out. So, I've been playing around with it for a while now, and today I'm giving you my honest review of how it performs on DaVinci Resolve on PC, and I'll also be reviewing the newly updated mobile app. Also, I added timestamps, so if you edit strictly on your phone or want to give it a try, you can skip right ahead to the mobile app section and see my review about the mobile app. So as you can see, my workflow is usually like this. So first I set my CST, which is the color space transform, in here as a separate node. Let's enable it. By the way, there's also a CST in Dehancer Pro. It's like a built-in CST. As you can see here, you can choose your camera, you can choose your Sony, your camera model, and then it's come with battery city. But I usually do use my CST as a separate node, so that's how I'm gonna be using it today. So after setting my CST, I usually find my middle gray point. Yeah, and then so I usually set my contrast here before I start color grading. So let's say a little bit of this like that, like this. I think it's cool. Okay, so and then there's white balance, so I'll be setting it to 130. So after setting my temperature, I go back to Dehancer and I enable my film profile. So as you can see, there are lots of film profiles here, but the ones I use the most is Cinestill 800T and Kodak Visions. These ones, Kodak Vision 200T, 500T. These ones are the best, I think, and most people use this one. So in this clip, I'll be using Cinestill 800T. So I'll be setting it to like 700, something like that. Wait, I think that's fine, yeah. And then there's film compression. Film compression is basically compresses the light on your video. That's what I understood from it, because when I enable it, the highlights on the video goes a little bit more like down, compressed. So I'll be compressing them a little bit. And the color density, I usually take this to 100. And then in the print section, there are settings like linear, Cineon film log, Fujifilm, Kodak and regular paper. But for this film, it depends on the film you choose. For this film, I'll be using Kodak and regular paper. So as you can see, it is basically like a more contrasted profile. So I use this one, and I mostly never touch my contrast and exposure because it's already okay. And I set my color density to 100 again. And after that, I set my settings in color head, because this is where the most things happen, I think, with the color. As you can see, it changes the color of the clip you're grading. And for this one, I'll be just playing it with a little bit, because it affects too much if you play too much with it like this. As you can see, just a little touch is enough. Like, little things make big things. And the magenta, I would like to take it down to magenta, more towards the magenta, yeah. And the red, maybe red, no, I think this is better. Maybe a little bit more, yeah, that's cool. And here you have shadow tones, midtones tone, and highlights tone. They basically let's set them to like this one. I would like to bring more details in the shadows and midtones to something like I think midtones is just a little bit of tough touch is enough. Yeah, and the highlight tones, I'll be taking this down a little bit because I don't need it more. I usually leave my film grain to the final because I do it the last. So I'll be going up to halation, and the halation I usually choose 65 to 70 millimeter with no remiad. And as you can see now, the footage is more warm. It has the more filmic look. Let's take this down a little bit more because I don't want it too much. Halation is basically this, as you can see on the edges there are some red lights. So I think you've seen this before in many videos before. So I'll be setting it to like this one. I think this is cool. And the bloom is, I also use it to 65 to 70 millimeters, and I don't want to add too much bloom. Yeah, I think that's cool. Now as you can see, we just did a lot of the job down here in only one node. See, from this to this. But we forgot something. We forgot film grain. Let's add some film grain. You see, it's too much now, and it has this chromatic look. See, the magentas, greens, and all that noise. So the way I use the film grain is usually I create a custom one. I go to custom and I take it down, all the way to down, and the amount is also all the way to down to 0. And to film type, no, not the film type, sorry, the chroma is to 0 also. See, it has a little bit of grain, not too much because I don't like it when it's too much. So I just add a little bit of touch of film grain because it also gives the filmic look. So it's very nice at the moment. What I want to do is add some, you know, see there's like a sea. I would like to bring that beautiful sea more to the foreground. So I'm gonna take the xenon. So I'm gonna take the blues a little bit more up, so they are more saturated. See the look. It's looking very nice now. Maybe a little bit of yellow to give those leaves a little bit of more depth. Yeah, I think it's quite good now. You can add some more saturation maybe, but I don't want to make it too saturated. Yeah, I think this is cool like this. So this is with Dehancer and this is without Dehancer. I mean, only one node, this one node is making a huge difference. So the one thing I like the most about Dehancer is that you can color grade your whole clip in only just one node. See, from this to this. It's very nice. So I think this is it with this clip. It's looking quite okay. So we can move on to the next one, which is the Overcast weather. So in Overcast weathers, as you can see, the whole vibe is so bad. Like everything is so flat. I don't like it. I don't like to shoot in Overcast weathers at all. But so this one is from Amsterdam, the footage. So as you can see, this is just the footage that was converted to Rec 709, nothing added, not yet at least. So I'm just gonna be adding Dehancer and you will see the difference. Let's enable it. See, now it has a vibe. It's telling something. Of course, I'll be adding my contrast and my saturation and all that other stuff too to give it a better look, but only with Dehancer. See, this is without Dehancer and this is with Dehancer. It affects too much. It affects it very nice. So I can save my shitty looking Overcast weather footage from this to this. This is I mean, that's what I like the most about Dehancer. The way it's saving me from Overcast weather videos is so nice. And the next one is nighttime video. As you can see, I have a nighttime video here that I shot in Delft. This is actually where Dehancer truly shines for that melancholic cinematic vibe that I personally love. In low light, digital sensors can look very clinical and sharp. So my workflow here is all about texture. I turn on Emulation to give these street lamps. So when I turn on Dehancer, the one I edited, so as you can see, it's looking quite good. Now I have the grain, a little bit of grain, and the halation on the highlights is on the street lights is looking quite good. It's telling something, you know. So this is with Dehancer and this is without Dehancer, with and without. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So we've seen how powerful the desktop engine is across all these lighting scenarios. Honestly, that's where I spend most of my time, but what about when I'm traveling and don't want to open up my laptop? This brings me to the mobile app, and I have a confession to make. I actually had a completely different script written for this section of the video. I was planning to give some pretty harsh feedback about the Dehancer iOS app because, to be blunt, the previous version just wasn't cutting it for my workflow, but right before I started recording this review, they dropped a massive update. I tested it and it completely blew my mind. I had to throw the old script away. So let me show you why. The old app felt a bit clunky and chunky, but this new update, it literally feels like they crammed DaVinci Resolve and the entire Dehancer Pro desktop engine right into my phone. It's incredibly smooth and the video editing capabilities are now genuinely pro level. And my workflow on the road just changed. I can just shoot whatever I want on the move, and then I can just airdrop those heavy S-Log3 footages to my phone right away, and then open them in the app and then start editing. So let's choose a new video project, and I have one footage that I airdrop from my laptop to my phone. It's an S-Log3 that was shot on Sony ZV-E1 again. So we imported our video. At first, I would like to go to the lab and then to advanced, and from the profile section here, see it's chosen as Rec 709, but we have to change it to the correct one, which is the S-Log3 for Sony ZV-E1. By the way, there is all kinds of models, like all kind of camera models, and everything is here. It's just like in the desktop app, maybe even more. So yeah, Sony ZV-E1 is here. I'm choosing it so it converts my footage into Rec 709 so I can start editing. So as you see on the bottom, there are sections as source, developer, compression, expand, print, color head, film grain, halation, bloom, vignette, film damage, overscan, film breadth, gateway, everything you see on the desktop app is here, all of them. So we go back to film, so we'll choose a film from here. As you can see, there are lots of films again here, and they all look beautiful. And I think I'll go with Cinestill 800 again for this one. Maybe I could even try Kodak Visions. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think this one looks better. I'll go with the Kodak Vision 3 200T. So we go back to the lab and we are done with our profile. So I'll go down to print. I'll set my exposure here. As you can see, I can just change it just however I want, and the contrast, I'll give it a little bit of contrast. See, you can even do a before and after by just pressing on the footage. It's so beautiful. Like, the app is so nice now that I don't even want to open my laptop when I'm traveling. So color density 200. Contrast is a bit too much, and the exposure is, yeah, I think this is better. So we're done with here. We go to color head. I don't know why these settings are set like that, but I'll just reset them and start it all over again. So let's give it a little bit of yellow and just a little bit of to magenta, or yeah, to magenta, just a little bit. That's enough. And a little bit of like this. This is cool. And the shadow tones, by the way, I'm not like paying too much attention into the details because I want to make it as fast as possible, so I can just show you the app, like how it works, so you can understand it. Yeah, as you can see, like all of the settings are here, just like on the desktop app. Yeah, see the highlights. See, like when I take it down, it changes the sky. Now sky is so blue, like cold, and now it's warmer. I'll just keep it somewhere like here. So we go to film grain. We can also add film grain. This is very nice. Again, since I like to have just a little bit of film grain, I'll just keep them on the lowest level. So like this. The color, I think color is like the chroma version of the desktop app. Yeah, that's cool. Just a little bit of grain is enough. And halation, we can also add halation, which is very nice. This is one of the features I like the most about the mobile app. You can also choose halation profiles from here: 8mm, 16, 35, 65, and 70. I usually use this one in my videos and just take it down a bit. Let's see, we can also zoom in. That's also very nice, so we can see our details better. Yeah, that's cool. Bloom, and I'll also use the profile again. Just amplify, take it down. See, it affects here a lot, mostly the highlights. This is enough, and I just want to add a little bit of vignettes. Maybe I think there's something missing here, is that on the desktop app there is masking, so you can see how big your vignette is by just masking it and just unmasking it. But it's fine. I think they will add it in the upcoming updates, so it's fine. I think we're not as flexible as we are on the desktop app with the vignette, because I couldn't really get what I wanted, but I still got a little bit of vignette. That's fine. That's how much I want, so it's fine. So we're also done with vignette. We also have a film damage, overscan, film breadth, and gate view, but I don't really use them. So, but if you want, you can use them. You can just turn on your film damage and you will see it's adding some film damage to the footage. I'll just disable it and leave it like this, and let's see the results. I'll just go to here, and then you can render your video out by choosing your resolution: HD, 2K, 4K, and the frame rate is 16 and 14. The video originally is for 24 FPS, so I think that's why this is the maximum. but maybe if you have footage with higher FPS, you will see like 60 or 30 or even 120, but mine is 24, so that's all I can see. Let's render. So that's the final footage we have. It's looking pretty good. I like it quite a lot. Maybe I did a little bit too much with the halation, but since like the screen is kind of tiny, I couldn't really see it, but I can just render it back and it's totally fine and it's totally usable. I think I'm going to be using this app more and more, especially with my travels. For example, for my Instagram stories, when I shoot something on my camera, I can just airdrop my footage to my phone and then I can edit in the Dehancer app just fine. See, it's looking good. It's looking very nice. As I said before, I had pretty harsh comments about the mobile app because it was so old. It was like they were not paying any attention at all to the mobile app, but now this is a huge change. It's very good and very smooth, and everything in the desktop app is here, so it's a killer. It's very nice. Good job Dehancer. So is Dehancer worth the investment? Whether you're a desktop pro or a mobile creator, it's the most authentic film emulation I've ever used. So if you're ready to grab a license, make sure to use my code MAH10 for that 10% discount. It's a premium tool and every bit of savings helps. I've linked everything in the description, including the timestamps and the code. Let me know what you think of the grades I showed today. Are you team desktop or team mobile? Drop a comment below and I'll see you on the next one.